Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Kinlock, Commissioner Killeen,
Here.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Here.
Commissioner Kniezek,
Here.
Chair Scott.
Present.
You have a quorum present.
All right, thank you. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm sure Commissioner Kinlock will be chiming in.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
There are no remarks at this time. Thank you.
C, approval of the minutes from the May 26, 2021 meeting.
I'll move their approval, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Moved by Commissioner Killeen. Is there support? Is there support for the minutes? Support. It's supported by Commissioner McCormick. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the minutes is approved. Next, well, Clerk.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Thank you. And I guess we're going to go to the addenda. Okay.
Item 3 on the addenda, we have a discussion from Kwesi Betsarai, Director, Health, Human and Veteran Services Department, Veteran Services Division, to discuss monies available for peacetime veterans and Meyer food vouchers for all veterans.
All right. Thank you so much, Director Betsarai. Look, we talked about this money before and it's still there. Huh?
It's still here. So yeah. So first, again, I want to make sure everybody knows that we're open for business Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. And we take appointments, right, just to make sure we acknowledge the COVID protocols. And sometimes we've had some walk-ins too, but we try our best to take the appointments and make sure we minimize how many people are in our office space. Okay. Usually me and my staff, we're here pretty much every day. So there's a remote capability for veterans to receive benefits, and they would just have to give us a phone call at 313-224-5045, or they can fax it to us, they can scan it to us, or they can make an appointment. So we find a way to get them into the office and start trying to solve some of their financial challenges. So one that I wanted to say, we have like the top 3 suburban sites that have received some monies from us, just for the commissioner's sake, will be like Westland, number 1, Ecorse, and then Allen Park, right? Those suburban communities have received a pretty decent share of some of the funds for this fiscal year. And of course, Detroit would be the largest one based on its size and our location. We're convenient and there's more word of mouth about our services here in Detroit. As we mentioned earlier, the Myers food vouchers, I still have, maybe about $15,000 worth of Myers food vouchers that I can give to honorably discharged veterans, whether wartime or peacetime, that reside in Wayne County. And all they have to do is show proof of residence in Wayne County, and then also a copy of their discharge paperwork, which is the DD-214 form. And it'll annotate that they serve honorably, and then we can focus on getting them some monies quickly. They can either bring it into our office, scan those documents to us, and at that point, we will mail those Myers food vouchers to those veterans. Again, that's $250 per individual. So that's not too shabby, right? That's not too shabby.
Not at all.
But I want to make sure I get it out to the public. I don't want to play I have a secret. I want to make sure that these taxpayers, the veterans, get their share, right? Just a quick rundown. A lot of calls we're getting are for the federal government benefits. So we're getting a lot of veterans and their dependents calling about, say, maybe some retirement monies that Wayne County doesn't facilitate, but the federal government owes that veteran. Then we're getting a lot of phone calls for the spouses. They had a recently deceased spouse, and they're trying to get benefits as well. And so when we get those phone calls, we route them to the appropriate source, which will be the federal government or the Veteran Affairs, so they can go ahead and action those problems. When we have problems that we can action, say they're not financial, we put them to the right resource. If it's Wayne Metro or sometimes it's Meals on Wheels. We want to make sure people know that these resources exist. Sometimes it's a question about, I don't feel well. If they don't want to go to the VA, I make sure they're aware that we have the 2 federally qualified health centers in Wayne County. So we direct them to that. So it's really about kind of like each call is like a triage. What do we do with this individual call? And we try to find a way to help them as quickly as we can. Burial reimbursements. We have a steady supply of phone calls asking for that $1,000 burial reimbursement for area veterans that have recently passed. And so I just wanted to share those things briefly. We have monies through the Soldier Sailor Relief Act. We have monies to go ahead and action those claims for veterans. If they have a need to have their roof or some modifications on their property because they're no longer able to walk around their property, we can work with them, get an application, and start looking at getting some construction on that property. If it's a roof or it's a stairs or it's a ramp, something to help those veterans. So I just want to make sure I shared this with the body so everybody could keep pushing it out to the public, and we can help as many veterans as possible this summer.
Okay. What kind of funding do we have in that?
For the Soldier Sailor Relief Act?
Yeah,
Oh,
for the, whatever they need for their homes and stuff, what kind of funding?
So right now they could possibly get about $3,500 based on if it's a roof or a boiler, right? But I'm also working with Habitat for Humanity to try to get another program in place where they can cover the difference, say if it goes up to 14,000, but I'm working on the details with Habitat for Humanity. They have a small allotment of money, so more to follow on that. But just to start off, they would that veteran would need 3 quotes from reputable companies, right? And that's sometimes where it becomes kind of dicey because sometimes those quotes, those estimates cost money, right? And that's where they sometimes have a challenge paying for those quotes when they need some help. So we do our best to kind of help them with that and try to get that packet together so it can be processed and we can help the veterans out. We're finding a lot of folks, a lot of veterans that call us, they have if they have a roof or a housing issue as far as repairs, they usually have a whole lot of repairs that are required. That means they've been sitting on these repairs for a while. And it's usually the senior veterans, right, who are no longer working, they're on a fixed income. So we run into that, and then we try to figure out other ways. Maybe we can help them with the utility bills or maybe a mortgage or something so they can find some money for those estimates and some other repairs. So we do our best to help them in those areas. So just for off the top, we have not seen a large influx in phone calls for rent assistance. I know a lot of people were asking about the moratorium. We have not seen a large influx on rent payments. It's no different than it was last year, right? Or the year before this time of the summer. So just wanted to share that quick update with the body. And again, just make sure you put the word out that we have funds, the Myers food vouchers. We can help with furniture. We can help with moving expenses, utility bills. We do have a lot of phone calls for utility bills because it's the summertime and it's hot and the AC is working overtime for a lot of the veterans. So we go ahead and take those calls and action those as quickly as we can. So I just want to kind of give you guys an update on how the veteran population is doing. Last week I did a flag racing with the Detroit Wayne Joint Authority. We did a flag racing on the Army's birthday last Monday. That was pretty good to see some young CASTech ROTC cadets out there raising the flag, and we all had a great opportunity to salute the flag early in the morning before it stormed on us. So we're alive and well. Just to give that quick update, and thanks for that opportunity for letting me talk today.
Okay, any committee members have any questions? Any committee members? All right, I guess not. So thank you very much for this update.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All
Guys,
right, have a good day. Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Moving to item 1 under new business, requesting commission approval of amendment 3 to a 3-year contract with the Senior Alliance.
Okay. All right. We have a motion on this, or is there any questions on this item?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
uh,
Commissioner Khalil.
I'm gonna more than likely move this for approval, but I'd like to hear from the department on this, how all the meals are going and the congregate meals, and are we getting enough volunteers to get out and get people their Meals on Wheels? So I want to take the opportunity here to kind of get not a background, but a report on where we're at with meals for our seniors.
All right, well, we do have some folks online, the director and Marcia.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for your question, Commissioner Killeen. I'm pleased today to share this opportunity to bring you information about the Senior Services Department with our department manager, Ms. Maisha Haddon. Maisha sometimes does not attend these meetings with me. Most times you all see Joan. So I think it's also important for you all to see other members of our leadership team in the department. To give you a overall overarching, the report that we gave to ASA for the week of June 18th, we served 15,137 meals that week, and the congregate meals, we served 803 meals. We have utilized the item number 1 that's before you today. The TSA, the Senior Alliance, provided us with additional funds that they received directly as a result of CARES. They notified us of this in mid to late April, and working with my team, Joan and Maisha, we have distributed these funds across the program as follows. All members, all participants of our Meals on Wheels program, due to this new increased funding, will receive meals for 7 days versus our normal 5 days. 5 days is the normal serving increment, but now we'll be able to give enough food for 7 meals across the week.
Oh, that's
And
excellent.
yeah, we're really happy. All participants will receive that. And we were able to, and I mentioned this, I think in my last time before you, to expand our halal program to add a congregate component to it, because prior to my tenure as the director, we've always just had a home delivered component for the halal. So now it is the same as the other mainstream program. It has the congregate as well as the home delivered, and we've increased our home delivered meals to our halal members. Maisha, I want to give her an opportunity. She manages our volunteer aspect as well as our liquid nutrition. I don't want to jump to number 2, but I want to give you an opportunity to speak to that, Maisha, if you would. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. My name is Maisha Haddon with Wayne County Senior Services. I am the department manager. We are currently delivering meals twice a week. So we do deliver on Mondays and Thursdays, and we are utilizing volunteers to deliver those meals. We have seen our volunteers are consistent, and they are more than willing to help support the mission. We are looking for need in some communities, the Westland, Wayne communities that we're servicing, to try to recruit more additional volunteers and to make sure, but we are making sure that each meal is going out to those clients every service day that we're delivering. I don't want to speak on number 2 yet, because I know we haven't addressed number 2 yet. So I don't want to speak on the liquid component of the program as of yet, but I will. I think that was all that I'm going to address as far as the volunteers, making sure that we are delivering as we are each week.
Well, do we have any questions on number 1?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I have a couple of more
Yes.
follow-ups here.
Go ahead.
And nice to meet you in 2 dimensions, Ms. Haddon.
Thank you.
Ms. Whitmore Davis, you alphabet soup me there. You said something about you reported 800 congregate meals to ASHA or something like that. What is that?
ASA, I give those numbers every time when I have the opportunity to share. That is the state of Michigan. Maisha, help me with the acronym. I think is Aging Services.
I'm sorry, it's the state of Michigan, the Asian Services Agency.
Okay,
Yes.
so we
I knew
report
the
to
other
them on,
A.
we report to them on a weekly or
Weekly.
monthly basis, weekly.
Weekly, yes, sir.
Okay, and I think you said 810 congregate meals or 808 or something like that.
I'll
You-
give that back to you again. For the home delivered meals,
Yeah.
15,137.
Okay,
And for the congregate meals, 803. That
yeah,
was reported the week of June 18th.
okay. Then my question is, how is the 803 for congregate from a year ago or 2 years ago? Are those numbers up or down with seniors coming out for congregate meals?
Down.
And are we making that up in home deliveries?
Yes, but also we hope that as people are getting vaccinated and and other senior buildings begin to open back up, my team and I have a meeting scheduled for later this month with our public health team to look at how do we begin to explore opening back up those type of aspects, the congregate meal piece. But right now, it had gotten very, very low compared to what their numbers were. So Maisha, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're about half of where we used to be prior to the pandemic. Am I correct, Ms. Haddon?
Yes.
Yeah, and I know this has been very difficult on seniors with all
Yes.
of that. The 15,000 number for home delivered meals, that's 15,000 individual addresses that we go to?
No, the participants is 2,220. And
Okay,
they received 15,137 meals.
total meals.
Yes.
And
in
and
that
how
week.
is that 2,000 odd number is that up or down since the pandemic began?
Well, it's down to answer your question. It's a two-pronged response. It's down from where we were when the COVID began, but then our numbers went up, and now they've kind of settled down. But we're thinking that now that we've incorporated, because seniors they were sharing their feedback with us. They didn't really like the frozen meals, but now that we have the frozen on 3 days, and then we have a freshly prepared meal that's chilled, quick frozen, that's prepared here in Michigan, here in Detroit, that's served on those other days. We believe people who left us because they didn't like the frozen meal are going to come back. Maisha, do you have any more to add to that?
Right now, our numbers are kind of leveled off right now, but we do believe that once with the incorporation of additional fresh components, we will start seeing an uptick. We were averaging somewhere around 2,300 home delivered meals right around when the pandemic started, and then we're right around 2250. So we're kind of seeing a steady rate right now.
Well, I know you're on it, Director Whitmore Davis. I ask these questions so that as a policymaker, I know what the trends are and I know what you're facing out there to get back to full service for this critical program. So I do appreciate your responses to that. Madam Chair, if I may, I'll move to approve this item.
All
And
right.
Madam Chair, I'll support. I just had a question as well.
Sure, go right ahead.
Thank you. To the director, we had talked some time ago, and because things are opening up again, and our seniors are going to be moving around. We talked about transportation issues that impacted seniors. And I just wanted to know if you had any additional information on that. I know at some point we had met with Commissioner Haddis, and then we were going to meet with MDOT, and so that I just wanted to see if you had any updates or have discussed that any further.
Thank you, Commissioner McCormick. No, I have not. As I shared when we met with Commissioner Haydes, we in our Department of Senior Services, we don't have the funding to provide transportation to older adults, but we are open to being at the table to provide insights as well. When you meet with the transportation folks from MDOT and DDOT, to be able to provide an older adult perspective. But as far as services around transportation, I'm sad to share that we don't have the capacity to do that at this point. But if funding became available, I don't know, I would be open to it. And if the administration is that something that a path that we want to walk down, we would work with that cooperatively. But at this point, I have not. We've just been focusing on serving our older adults through this pandemic and working with making sure that they were aware of the county's vaccination resources that were made available to them.
Okay, so I mentioned that because with the ARP monies coming down, that I didn't know if there was any conversations on your end through the administration about the possibilities of assisting in whatever capacity that we can. So I'll follow up with you later, and we can see what we can do to help in that arena. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner, what do you need the transportation for? For some outings or something?
No, we talked about just in general, some of the senior complexes do not have transportation, just general transportation to get to, the grocery store or to run errands and things of that nature. So some of our out-county senior complexes, they do have transportation to take them to the grocery store or run errands and things of that nature. So it would just be a nice added value to our seniors if they had support in that area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is the smart connector involved in any way, Director?
Madam Chair, when we met with Commissioner Baker McCormick and myself met with Commissioner Haydes, he mentioned involving SMART because of his relationships with those transportation resources. But as far as we did not have the opportunity to have the meeting, I believe, I think we faced a shutdown issue, if I remember correctly, Commissioner.
Yes, that's
that was
correct.
quite a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he did mention SMART. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I know that SMART does help some of the communities, the connectors, but then all cities are not involved in SMART, so yeah. But anyway, thank you. So we have a motion and support. We're going to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Kniezek,
Yes.
Chair Scott,
Yes. All right, motion carried. Okay, now we can go to number 2. I'm doing the clerk's job now. Sorry about that.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a grant award with Meals on Wheels America.
Move approval, Madam Chair. Kinlock.
Moved by Commissioner Kinlock. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Commissioner McCormick. Are there any questions? Hearing none.
Well, Madam Chair, no, I would like to
Yes.
hear from the department. They threatened to tell us more about this
yes,
grant.
right,
And I'm
yes.
sure they're very proud of having been successful in landing this grant. So I would like to hear the soup to nuts here about what we're going to be able to do with this grant.
Yes, thank you. And they want to talk about it too, and I just forgot. Thank you so much. All right. Director Davis and Mrs. Hedden.
Thank you, Chairwoman. And thank you, Commissioner Killeen, for your question. We're really happy about this for two reasons. Number one, it's a great return on investment on the counties, allowing us to keep our subscription up to date with the Meals on Wheels of America. So when those grant opportunities come through the email, my team and I are able to look at them and see which ones do we feel that we will be successful in applying for. And we applied for this one, and I really want to take a point of personal privilege. It's my father was a liquid nutrition recipient during his life, at the end of his life, and we're able to impact that program. And I'll let Ms. Hayden talk about that, because she leads our liquid nutrition administration.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you again, guys.
Ms. Hedden.
Thank you again, Commissioner. Our liquid nutrition program, we're currently able to provide approximately, I think we have about 350 current active clients on liquid nutrition. And once a month, we were able to provide them just with our normal funds, up 2 cases of liquid nutrition a month, which equates to about 1 meal a day. With the award for the grant, we were able to increase that to be able to provide an additional 2 cases of Ensure for the months of June and July. So it provided them an extra meal a day for each client that's going to be on the program. So any incoming client also received that additional extra cases for the month. And it allowed them to instead of having 1 meal a day, to provide them 2 meals a day. So we were very happy that we received the $25,000 to be able to provide a much needed nutritional value for our seniors, because this is some of the most frail clients that we do service. And so seeing that we're able to provide those who aren't able to eat solid foods, that ability to have an additional nutritional support to the program.
Oh, that is excellent.
Question, Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead, please, Commissioner Killeen.
It sounds like this only runs for 2 or 2.5 months. What is the reason for that? Is this something like in the hot summer months, seniors need this more than the other time? How come we're only getting 2 months? We want to have it all year round.
If I may respond to
Go right
Commissioner
ahead, Director.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner Killeen, that's a great point. This grant asked you to specifically state how you would use it, and we chose to direct the funds towards the liquid nutrition program.
Okay.
But with the additional funds that we received from TSA, we will be able to share those resources to be with all of our programs. But at the time when we applied for this grant, we didn't know of the gift that was coming from the TSA at that time.
I see. But we are going to be able to continue to give seniors additional liquid as the year goes on?
That is our intention, yes. And as we built our budget for the incoming fiscal year, we incorporated those additions. So,
well, I think the residents of Wayne County should know about this, Ms. Davis, and I would certainly love to see some sort of a press release from you describing how we're going to be able to provide more nutrition for our seniors across the county. I think the citizens should know about this.
thank you. We
Thank
will
you.
we will
Great.
work with communications and the mission
Yeah.
to make that to happen, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? All right,
I'll move approval, Madam Chair.
moved by Commissioner Killeen. Is there support?
I believe it was
I
already.
made it.
Yeah,
I made
Oh.
the motion already.
Yeah.
Okay, forget what I said.
Right. All right. A roll call, please.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Colleen,
I forgot you moved it, Jonathan. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Chair Scott,
Uh, Yes, motion carries. Madam Clerk,
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee,
I don't know of any.
public comments,
Okay, would you unmute everyone? Anyone in the public wishing to make a comment? Anyone in the public by phone or on Zoom? Is there anyone in the public that wish to make a comment? Hearing none. Next item.
adjournment,
Move adjournment. Kinlock.
It's been moved by Commissioner Kinlock. Is there support?
I'll support that.
Supported by Commissioner Colleen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposes? Hearing none, we are adjourned. And thank you all.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.